Well, with holidays and all kinds of other stuff going on, I actually went too long without driving Go Man Go here. Probably the longest I've ever been, about 6 weeks. I haven't driven the car, and I'm waiting on a couple of parts to show up on top of that. And the battery went flat. So today, I'm gonna get after trying to get that sorted out. Normally you might say, well, heck, it's just a battery, just charge it up. Well, the one I have in the car is a lithium battery, and they're a little bit special. I checked around, did some quick research on a battery charger. I wanted to resolve this quickly. And I actually found one that could be here the same day. So I ordered it, it already showed up. I'm gonna show you what I got. Let me know what you use for something like this. If it's a regular battery, no big deal, but I'm curious if you have a lithium battery, leave me a comment below. What are you using? I'm gonna show you what I chose and we'll see how it does. Take a look and see what I can do about this Archangel battery. You guys might remember, I'll leave a link to the top. This is a lithium battery, so it's super lightweight. I think it weighs like 12 pounds. Factory battery weighs about 60 pounds. So went with that to kind of lighten things up a little bit. I've never had one of these go flat. You got to be careful with lithium batteries. I learned that playing around with these RC cars. They can catch fire, and once they catch on fire, they sort of generate their own fuel because of the way the chemical reaction happens. So you can't put them out really. You just have to bury them in sand and just let them burn out. You can take all the oxygen away and everything, and they'll still keep burning. So got to be careful with these things. So I'm going to check it with the multimeter and see how flat it is. I think I checked it in the car. It was around 11.3, 11.4 volts. And then see what we can do about getting it charged back up. You're not supposed to use a regular battery charger on it. So I got something. We'll try on it and see if we can get this thing back working again. There's volts DC. Let's see what we get. .2 11.2 volts. So that is no bueno. You know, say what you want about Amazon, but I ordered this thing this morning and it's already here. So it had about 14,000 positive reviews and it was small and compact. So I'm going to give it a shot. It's called what is this thing called? A Noco Genius 5. It's a 5 amp charger. It'll work on lithium batteries as well as regular batteries, so like lawnmower or something like that if you have outdoor equipment. It was about 70 bucks. I'll leave a link in the description if you need something like this. We're going to see how it works on this battery. Okay, I got it plugged up. It's pretty basic. It comes with instructions. We don't need those where we're going. I did look at the section about lithium batteries though, because you have to be careful with these, like I said. It's got a pretty nice cable system to connect everything up. I like that it has caps on it, so that's a nice deal. It's got a 10 amp fuse built in, so that's pretty nice. I've plugged it in. It's in standby mode. Oh, it also comes with a bracket to mount it to a wall. I guess you could mount it somewhere, you know, if you're going to have it trickle charge something, which I may actually start doing if I don't get to drive Go Man Go over there very often. So let's see what happens. Set it to lithium, pushing the mode button, and yep, it says it is pretty low on charge. So I guess it's doing its thing. I'm not going to leave this thing unattended. I'm going to sort of keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't start doing anything weird. And then we'll just see how long it takes to charge it up. It's a 5 amp, so I imagine it's going to probably take a little while. So looking through the book, there is actually a grid in here, and it says charging times 12 volts, and it gives it to you in amp hours. I'm not sure how many amp hours this one is. I'm going to guess, let's say 40. So 40 amp hours is going to take 6 hours to charge. So it's going to take it a minute. Okay. Well, it's been about 5 hours, and I have been checking on this thing like every 30 minutes or so. Stayed out here working in the shop most of the time while it was charging just to get comfortable. The lithium stuff makes me just a little bit nervous. I'll link in a video of what can happen, so I was really keeping an eye on it. The charger, turn this back off so you can see, showing green. So should be charged up. Let's check the voltage. Turn the backlight on. Almost 14 volts. Hopefully you can see that. So it did charge it up. You remember it was like 11.3, 11.2 when I first came in. So I'm pretty impressed with this little thing. I like that it's small. The connections and everything, like I said, are pretty high quality. That stuff's important to me, and it's a big upgrade over the old hoopty that I used to use. I got this years ago to recharge my lawnmower battery. I didn't want to use this on the Lithium because I didn't trust it. It's noisy. I've had that thing probably 20 years. It's probably going to find its way in the bottom of a toolbox somewhere, and I'm going to kind of use this from now on for everything pretty much. And speaking of which, I do still have the old battery from the Hellcat, so I'm going to charge it up next. I think it was like 11.8 volts or something like that, 11.5, somewhere around in there. So I'm going to hook this up now, charge that one up. So this thing gets a thumbs up for sure. So here's the original Hellcat battery, 11.89 volts, and I keep this thing around. Sometimes I'll hook up my Power Pro. I need a 12 volt source for whatever reason, so it's come in pretty handy in the shop. I'm going to go ahead and use the little guy to charge this back up. I bought this with my own money. It is not sponsored. I'll make sure that's clear. Just trying it out to see how it did. So far, so good. All right, we're going to hook this up. The only thing you got to be careful of is it keeps the last setting. So right now it still thinks that's lithium. So I'm going to push the mode button and get it on just regular 12 volts. And this one I'm just gonna leave it and let it charge up. I'm not as worried about a regular battery as I'm about the lithium. I don't have to babysit the regular ones as much. If you're gonna do something like this, keep an eye on it. Don't just plug it up and let it charge and forget about it. This thing will do maintenance as well, so it'll keep the battery topped up. I guess in that case, with it already charged up, there's probably less risk there. I still don't know 100% if I would go for that or not. And if you have a really dead battery, like really dead, you can hold this button down for like 10 seconds and you'll get a repair mode. So this will light up for 12 volt repair, and it sort of supercharges the battery for like 5 minutes to get it back enough so that it can potentially be saved. I haven't had to use that yet, but it's a pretty cool feature to know it's there in case I ever need it. That lawnmower battery comes to mind for something like that. And wow, it's actually charging the regular battery pretty quick. It's probably been on there, I'm going to say about 5 or 10 minutes. That's already up to 3.39 volts, so way faster than what it took to charge that lithium. So more positives for this little thing. All right, so that's it. I normally don't have this problem. I'm lucky that I can drive the Hellcat all year around. I usually try to drive it at least once a week. It just happened, the weather was bad, the holidays and everything else. It sat for about 6 weeks and the battery went flat. So that's normally not a problem for me. I'm curious what charger you guys use. Leave me a comment, let me know what you guys are using. The only thing I wish this thing had is a digital display that would tell you how much voltage it was at for the battery, and maybe a temperature or something like for a lithium might be important. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Be sure to check us out on Instagram. It's at Speedys_garage, as well as the website, www.speedysgarage.net, and hopefully see you out there.